Welcome back to The Wealth Enthusiast. Today, we will be talking about the No Spend Challenge. This is one of the most aggressive ways that I know of to build wealth as fast as possible. So let's start off with, what is the No Spend Challenge? Why does it help build money, help you save money? Well, it's exactly like it sounds. It's you spend nothing, you spend no money except on the bare essentials of what you need. So that would be like toilet paper, food, water, and I'm not talking about like fast food. I'm talking about like home cooked meals that you are required to stay alive by eating. I'm not talking about super fancy like, oh, let's go to Olive Garden. Half of you are gonna be like, Olive Garden isn't fancy. The other half is like, oh man, that's just a special treat I only get once a year. So cross that out of your mind. We are talking about the bare essentials. You are only going to spend money on the absolute bare essentials. So a little more detail around the No Spend Challenge. Okay, so I understand what it is, but how long is it? Is it a day? Is it a month? Is it a year? Well, the cool part is that is totally up to you. Now, if you've never done this before, it's fun because of how much money that you save, but it's kind of like if you're a smoker and you're trying to quit smoking, going through the process of withdrawals from nicotine is not fun. But once you're like not addicted to it anymore, you're like, man, I'm saving so much money. Like, I'm so glad I went through that because now I'm more disciplined and I'm not going to do something like that again. So that's just kind of what it is. So if you have never done this before, my suggestion would be try 1 week, 7 days, from Sunday to Sunday. Try it for a week. Don't spend money. Your friend says, hey, you want to go out to eat dinner? No, I don't, unless you're paying. There's just no way. You spend nothing except the absolute essentials. So let me go ahead and walk you through the No Spend Challenge. Let's start off with setting a timeline. We'll start with 7 days. The next thing you want to do is make a list of your essential purchases that you need and possibly some of the non-essential purchases that you'll need to cut out. Now, this is for a week. It's not for the rest of your life. So it's important to take this seriously. You want to make sure that you go through this and that you are doing everything you possibly can to not purchase anything other than essential items. So make a list of some of those essential things you need. Your weekly grocery from the grocery store is essential, but things like, oh, I'm low on makeup, that's not essential. You don't have to wear makeup. So cut that out. Not this week, maybe next week. The next thing we're gonna do is go ahead and plan our meals out. Because you're not gonna be going to a restaurant to eat out, because the only way, like what Dave Ramsey said, the only way you should ever see yourself inside a restaurant is if you're working there. So for this No Spend Challenge, that's what you're gonna have to apply to yourself. Do not, under any circumstances, go out to eat at all for the next 7 days. So go ahead and plan your meals. What are you doing every day? Let's do soup on Monday so you have enough leftover for Tuesday. We'll do grilled cheese the next day. We'll do turkey sandwiches. You can even look for things that are cheaper than what you usually get, like, oh, hot dogs on the grill, something like that, instead of something more fancy or organic. Let's go ahead and remove all those spending triggers. Go ahead and unsubscribe from all those marketing emails that you get. If you have a problem with impulse buying and walking in certain stores or walking past a store and it has a big old shiny dress out front, don't walk that way. Walk on the other side of the street to go around it. Go ahead and take all your credit card information that you have saved in Amazon, delete it. Delete it. You want to make it as hard as possible for you to spend money between now and the end of 7 days. Like everything you go through in life, you want to make sure you have support. So let's go ahead and tell your friends and family, hey, I'm doing this thing. It's called a No Spend Challenge for the next 7 days where I'm not going to spend money on anything that's not essential. So let them know so they don't invite you out to dinner. So it doesn't make it harder for you to say, oh no, sorry, I can't get drinks with you. Let them know so they can help support you and not accidentally invite you somewhere where you're in a position where you kind of have to pay money that you're not wanting to spend. So let's say you've started your challenge. What can you do to kind of keep you on track? Well, it's been a couple days and you're like, man, this is boring. I can't spend money anywhere that I go, and it sucks. It's not any fun at all. Well, the good thing is that there are plenty of things that you can do that are fun and entertaining that are not going to that you're not going to just hate or force you to spend money that you're not wanting to spend. So we'll go ahead and start with finding some free activities. Go to a library. Honestly, when's the last time you went to a library? Go to the library, find a couple good books, sit down, read them. For example, there's like Google free stuff to do in whatever town that you live near. So like for me, there's a museum near Uptown Charlotte that is totally free every Wednesday from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. And this is like a really good museum where they have like really good stuff. It's very upscale. So that's like something you can do. Spend a couple hours on a Wednesday night for free at a museum. There's plenty of parks that you can go to. Heck, that's where I'm at right now, filming this. I'm not paying to go somewhere with a super cool background to keep the video super engaging. Like, I'm just at a park near my house, and it works. It was free. Another thing you want to make sure that you do is use what you have. Like, you don't, like, go ahead, walk over to your kitchen right now, get up, walk over to your kitchen, open the pantry door, and look what's in there. More than likely, you're gonna have enough stuff for a whole random meal. Maybe some spaghetti sauce, some meat. Not in the pantry, that'd be weird. But just, there should be enough food in there. Peanut butter and bread, there you go. Peanut butter and bread sandwich. Use what you currently have. Just because you can't buy anything new doesn't mean that you can't go through stuff you already have and use that. Same with like makeup. If you're running low on makeup, man, you can't go out and buy more makeup, but you might have old makeup somewhere in your purse at the very bottom of it that you forgot about that you can use. So just make use of the things that you already have. Another thing you could do is track your progress. So get a journal, write down on it, hey, I've saved $37.22 today because I was gonna go out and get dinner with my friends, but I decided not to. You wanna make sure that you stay motivated during this week, that you keep in mind like, hey, I'm saving all this money. And one thing you could do is say 10% of everything that I save, as soon as that 7 days is up, I'm gonna spend by going out somewhere real nice to celebrate the fact that I was able to save so much money in 1 week. So make sure you stay motivated to do it. Don't get halfway through and be like, oh man, this is so hard, I can't do it. And then end up blowing your budget and spending all the money that you were trying to save. Congratulations, you did it. You made it 7 days without spending a penny on anything that you need that wasn't essential. So now that you've completed the challenge, let's talk about some of the questions that you should be asking yourself. So we'll go ahead and start off with the first question. How much money did you save? You want to make sure that you are tracking this so you can actually see how much money you saved at the end of 7 days. What habits do you want to keep that you used during that 7-day no money challenge? Like, for example, if you said, you know what, I'm going to wait 72 hours before I purchase anything that's not essential to see if I really need it, to make sure it's not an impulse buy. That's something that you could utilize in your everyday life. How did it change your mindset about money? That's a great question. You want to make sure that this had an impact on your life and how you spend money and how you save it. We have made it to the end of this video. So if you plan on doing a no spend challenge, I would love to hear about it. Comment below when you're going to start and for how long you're doing it. If you are feeling super feisty, go ahead and jump into 30 days. Start at 30 days. Then, who knows, 6 months? You could do a whole year. Imagine how much money you could save. You could save thousands of dollars. Or if you're someone that's like, I'm terrible with budgeting and spending money, do 1 day, 24 hours. Don't buy anything that's not essential and keep track of everything that you would have bought had you not done this challenge. So I hope you found this information valuable. I would love to hear if any of you are going to do the no spend challenge. I feel like it will change your life financially with what you have to go through. The longer it is, the bigger impact it'll have on you. That's all I got for you today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.